Hello, this house vlog is structured a little differently this time because the way I film these renovation clips is honestly all over the place, and when I was editing the footage I realized that I'm missing a lot of the context for some of these projects, so don't mind me jumping in every now and again to give you said context. It's been a while since I posted one of these house vlogs, and that's mainly because we lost a bit of motivation sort of halfway through February, so we kind of took a couple weeks off and then we got back to it with replastering our ceilings upstairs. So that's where we're gonna start off this video. The renovations continue. Not much of an intro. We're just going straight in. We're gonna board up the ceilings because they have this like weird Artex effect. And I also want to get rid of the spotlights. I really can't be arsed. The motivation has completely gone. This guy's running the show now. I don't want to do any of this anymore. I don't really know what's happening, to be honest. I don't know what this is going to look like. So
please,
it's a real suspense.
All of this coving is going to come down, then put the boards up, and then after we've plastered, we can put new coving over the top. This is my jam. This is where I started. Your
roots.
Work. Yeah. This is back to my ends. I thought it'd come off a lot easier than this.
I thought it would come off in one.
Look.
That's creepy as shit.
I know. We need seriously to clear all this shit out of here.
I know.
Rank.
I really hate being in here, but let's see what the previous owners left. Now everything's been cleared, and this is a big pile of rubbish, mainly recycling. Loads of documents from the 90s, which is absolutely mental. I'm gonna have to get rid of it bit by bit as and when the recycling is empty, which is very annoying.
Yeah, I need you to hold this. How is that for you?
That's alright.
Right in the corner as much as we can. It's good.
Can I go?
Yeah.
Here's the next day, and Ryan is now finishing this room. How's it going?
My arm's hurt.
Oh, I am very impressed. I don't know how you're doing all of this.
The joists are so bendy and wavy that they don't go in a straight line.
Yeah.
So I keep finding them. So I'm using a lot more screws than I thought I would.
Yeah.
But it'll be okay. And then I'll bond out in between the joints.
Yeah.
Not recording.
No.
We'll bond out in between the joints. So this will be flat and no overlapping once I've screwed that in properly.
Yeah.
And then I'll be able to start plastering.
I have given up. I'm not helping at all anymore. So he's doing it all by himself, which is very good. But yeah, I'm no good. I'm either too short to hold the board up, or my shoulders start hurting way too quickly to actually help in any significant way. So I'm going to leave him to it. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
There are, as always, other things I could be doing, but instead I am crocheting. The weather has been so nice recently. I am really getting the bug for some spring crochet. Well, hold on, let me turn the TV off. There we go. I was working on this project, which, oh, wrong way. It was going to be like a cardigan. I ran out of yarn, and then when I went to buy some more, they didn't have this blue or this red anymore. So I'm going to have to maybe wait for them to bring that back in stock. But then I started a new project, which this is hopefully going to be like a beach bag. This is going to be like one of the front panels, and then I've just started the other panel, and then I'm going to connect them with like a strap basically. We've had the new knobs for our kitchen arrive, but I can't attach them because Ryan's using the screwdriver upstairs, so probably going to do that on an evening when he's at work. And then I've also ordered the checkerboard vinyl for our kitchen as well, so hopefully we can do that. We've ordered some other stuff. Oh yeah, we've ordered a patio door. So we're going to replace the window in our dining room with a big door, so Ryan will cut out more of that. I want to say those are the only deliveries we're waiting for at the moment, but obviously, yeah, when those things arrive, I will show you. Ryan did finish plastering the ceiling in the office, however, we actually never got round to painting it, so it very much still looks exactly how we left it in this last clip. As the weather started to get nicer, our focus very much shifted more to the gardens, so we ordered a bunch of timber to create some flower beds, which then also kick-started ordering a lot of just other stuff for the garden. I was going to do a dedicated clip properly, opening these packages. I've got a big Ikea one and some lamps, but I was just sat on the sofa trying to knit and I can't see anything when I'm knitting, so I need to get these lamps out. This is what they look like. I'm kind of scared. I don't like these. There's only one way to find out, isn't there? Moment of truth. Are you gonna hate it? I actually can't see. Does that look good? I don't know. How low does it have to go? I have to plug it in and see. Wow, that is so bright. Okay. That is a very bright light. Whoa, what the hell? I don't think these bulbs are going to be very good. I like the light though, I think that's cute, right?
Welcome back to bringing wood out into the garden. I hope you're ready to bring some wood out into the garden. So, without waiting, let's get some wood out into this garden.
Want to drop it?
Wait, no, definitely more.
More?
Yeah, now put on the floor.
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah. The garden looked absolutely horrendous this entire weekend, so please do not judge. The previous owner put down all this gravel, and together with this DIY shed at the end of the garden and all of the worn down fence panels, it was just seriously lacking a lot of colour, and I was desperate to bring some life back into it. But as they like to say, it gets worse before it gets better, and that definitely was the case with this project. I also, previous to filming, dropped my camera and cracked the corner of my lens, so please excuse the crazy lens flares in some of these outdoor shots. I can't believe that this is going to be the second replacement lens that I had to buy this year. But anyways, I made a design of our garden on SketchUp and came up with these L-shaped planters to break up some of the space into sections. It ended up being more cost effective and also just easier for Ryan to cut down the timber to my measurements to create these shapes. We definitely wouldn't have been able to get this custom look with ready-made planters. For now, the plan is to keep some of the gravel in the middle of these planters until we can eventually lay some grass there, but we're gonna wait until autumn to put the grass down just because it's gonna grow much better rather than us putting the grass down now and it's just gonna burn when it gets hotter in the summer. The way the fences work in these terrace houses is that you're responsible for one side. On our street, it just worked out that we're responsible for the ones on the right, so we decided to replace all of the fence panels. The panels at the front especially were super bent and broken from where the neighbour's plant was growing into the fence, so there was absolutely no way of restoring these. Now give me a hammer and something to demolish and I'm a happy girl, because there's something so incredibly satisfying about just bashing something down. She's in. That was easy. Ryan is still out in the garden finishing the fence panels, but I have decided I've had enough, and instead I'm gonna finally unbox this Ikea parcel. I got this massive rice paper lampshade to hopefully put in the living room, but this is genuinely humongous. I swear this was only like £5, so I couldn't not get it.
Nothing wicks.
No, that's Ikea.
What's the Wix one?
Wix?
Yeah. You sent me a picture saying your order has been delivered.
Yeah, that was the fence panels.
I know, I got one.
Yeah, did you not see what it said? Paul.
Oh, Paul A.
Paul A. Paul Abercamp.
Paula.
Of course, only a man called Paul would order fence panels. This is huge. Look at this. Over the course of this renovation, I found myself responsible for making the majority of the purchases. So all the supplies get delivered in my name, and it has happened one too many times now where they will write Paul instead of Paula. And it seems that these companies simply cannot believe that a woman called Paula would be buying these supplies, and it simply must be a man called Paul who just misspelled his name by accident. Very strange. It keeps happening, and it makes me laugh every single time.
Cool.
It's massive, right?
Huge.
Yeah. £5.
I can fit in that.
We could. So this is what the lamp will look like eventually when it's hanging. But Ryan just said that we have to cut a hole into the ceiling in order to hang it. So that, I don't know when that's going to happen. Yeah. It looks cute though. Very like restaurant bar vibes, you know. All these light situations are gonna, I can't physically do them myself, which is very frustrating. I've already added one, but I'm gonna add the doorknobs. They look like this. The past weeks, I've just been using tape knob methods, and yeah, I can't do that anymore. It's time to add proper knobs on, so I'm gonna do that very quickly. Shouldn't take me too long, I hope. The next day we put the last fence panels in, which was a lot harder because it ended up being a really windy day. So I spent the rest of the day inside finally putting down the vinyl flooring in our kitchen, which has been standing rolled up in our living room for the last 4 weeks. I am going to put down this vinyl flooring in the kitchen. Ryan is still working outside, but he's cementing stuff and I can't really help him that much. So I've decided, yeah, I'm going to do the flooring. I have hoovered, I have mopped, I've taken off the bottom of the kitchen cupboards so I can make everything lay down flush. So hopefully I can, yeah, get this sorted today, which will be exciting. I hope it looks good. I think it's going to be a big change to adjust to. This vinyl flooring took so much longer than I thought. Luckily I ordered way more than I needed because the first panel that I cut was way too narrow, so I was able to use the larger leftover panel instead, and then it just ended up being quite fidgety, cutting all the right corners, adding the different panels seamlessly together. Again, you're going to have to wait to the end of the video to see the result. I'm so sorry. For some reason I have been terrible at actually showing the finished result once it was done. I finally decided on a shelf for the kitchen. I got this from Sostrene, Grene, and Ryan is now going to hang it for me. It's going to be our little coffee station.
No, it's not going in.
It is Thursday morning, I think it's around 9, half 9. Ryan and I both have the morning off, and we had big bags of like 2 tons of soil delivered the other day, which is in our front garden. So we're going to spend the morning at least getting one of them in the wheelbarrow into the back garden, into one of the planters. We still haven't done the second planter because we're missing some wood, but yeah, we can make some progress on that. I've had all the plants and stuff arrive as well, so they're ready to be planted, potted. So it's quite important that we get the soil into the planters. So then maybe tomorrow I can spend some time planting them. It's gonna be 20 degrees tomorrow, which is lovely. So that'll be a nice day to spend outside. This is how the planter, the first planter looks. We want the same thing on the other side. But yeah, like I said, we're still missing some wood. And then got a bunch of stuff that needs to go to the dump, but we haven't got a car, so I still need to message Lucy to ask if she can take it I forgot. Or we'll ask her on Saturday.
Soil.
It's a lot of soil.
That was very dry, isn't it?
It's a lot heavier than I thought it would be.
Stop when you get on just onto the middle of the brick.
Funny that.
Hang on. Yep. Oh no, it's gonna go. Okay, tip it from there.
See, it's not that easy. The ramp thing was a good idea, but we scrapped it afterwards due to obvious reasons. We found quite a good rhythm where Ryan would shovel all the soil at the front of the house and I would then wheelbarrow it into the garden and just put it straight into the planters. Turns out I ordered way too much soil and we still have 1.5 tons at the front of the house, so not sure what we're going to do with that. But this is how we're going to space out all the different plants. So we'll pop them in now, and then I'm still waiting for some mulch type thing to arrive, but I'll just pop that around after they've been planted in, just because I don't want to keep them in their little pots for too long. I think they'll thrive a lot more once they're in the soil. Hello, it is Sunday. I've actually washed my hair. I know, look at it. It's been like a week. I've had it up in a plait or some kind of bun. And there's nothing like the fresh hair feeling. Lots of things on the to-do list today. We have this whole room full of boxes of things that have arrived throughout the week that I've been putting off unboxing, because when you then unbox it you have to find a place for it, which means you have to figure stuff out. Couldn't be asked. Something very exciting came yesterday though, and it is our rug. Oh, there we go, for the living room. It took me a long time to decide. I looked at a few in person in the city and then found this one on Etsy for like half the price that I was quoted in town. So fingers crossed, this looks good. I need to tidy all the stuff up from under the sofa. There's still some skirting panels, bits of wood, they need to go. Give it a good hoover, maybe give it a little mop, let it dry, and then the rug is going to go down, because I guess once the rug is down I'm not really going to be dealing with the floor underneath for a while. So yeah, I just want to make sure the floor's all good to go, and then I can't wait to see how it looks. I'm so excited and a little bit nervous, to be fair. I'm not the biggest fan of these fringes. I just feel like they get a bit messy and knotted, but it was pretty much impossible to find a rug like this without them on. So I'm gonna try and comb them back and then just lightly tape them. And then I think with just pressure of people walking on it every single day, hopefully that'll kind of keep them down a bit. And I just think it looks nicer as well to just have a neat border around the rug. We are finally hanging the new lights in the kitchen and they look so good already. It made such a difference just lowering the light source. So we just have to add these bulbs back on. These are from Ikea. I'll maybe put a photo here or a link in the description of these lights, but they were kind of a quick purchase. I was really overthinking which lights to get and I looked at so many different ones. But then I think the main thing that I wanted was to diffuse the light a lot more. So this bulb kind of made the most sense, because at first I was looking at these like cone shaped lights, but then that would just have made even more sort of directional shadows. But these are really good in like filling the whole room without creating harsh shadows, so really happy with those. Okay, are you ready for the big reveal of the light? Here we go.
Ta-da!
Wow! It is so much brighter in here, and I'm not so overstimulated by everything shadowing down. They do look a little bit silly because they are quite tight together, but I think they're nice.
Yeah. Get another two, one on each end. Make it a big long line.
I don't think we need any more light in here now. I think it would be nice to see when it's actually dark.
One in here maybe. Oh, I don't know. Maybe we're bringing stuff in. Who knows?
Now the last thing I want to do today is install these on the wall, because we literally can't see or do anything. When I'm knitting or Ryan is trying to read something, it's just so hard.
Have I got news for you? I'm Martin Clues. In the news this week, the latest AI humanoid goes home after experiencing its first happy hour at Wetherspoons.
Looking back, we did actually get a lot done over the last few weeks. It was just very sporadic, and we definitely felt a lot more motivated over the last few weeks. There's lots more things that need to be done in the garden especially, but also inside. So I'm sure there will be another video next month to update you. But yeah, I'm going to leave you with a little montage of some of the results of this vlog, since I didn't do a very good job at showing them throughout the video. But I really hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully I will see you next time. Goodbye.